Hello everyone, welcome back. So I had so much fun making that the deer antler with the fat wood display piece that I decided I was going to make another one, but obviously not the same thing. And it was for this set that I turned. These have the antlers in them. These are from Craig from over Georgia Trapping and Fishing. And I was really happy with this set. And I said, you know what? Let me make another holder for this. And this was a project that, and sometimes this happens. I'll think of something, literally like be watching TV or something or eating dinner and say, it'll pop into my head and I'll just go into my garage, grab something, and literally 15, 20 minutes later, I got it. And sometimes that works. Sometimes it's like, nah, I need to think on that, and it goes into the box and, maybe pick it up another day. But this time it happened to work. And this is what I came up with. And again, this was literally a 15-minute thing. And I'm going to show you what I did, and hopefully you got a couple of pictures I'll throw in there, and it'll give you a good idea on how you could do it. So this is how this works. This has a screw here. This goes into the wall. And then these are just two screw eyes that I did a cold blue on to make them black. A cold blue to make them black, right? So this is the way this one looks on the wall. And again, antlers from Craig. I think it looks so cool. So let me give you a little idea how I did this. So I started out, I had this big set of antlers. This is the left side. How would this be? Yeah. This one was he had a very weird bend in him. So this would be the right side as the deer is looking out. And this one was on the left side. It had this little upturned point. So what I did was, I'm going to throw a picture in there so you could see this antler. It happens to be in the video I did with the antler handles with the fat wood. You could actually see this antler. It's on the left hand side, and I'll show you where I cut it and where I also cut this little piece off, and then I'll bring you back. Alright, so you saw that. So what I did was, this was one of the points that I cut off, and cut the end, rounded it all off, and I did some faux painting on it to make it all look like it's antler. And this piece is just from the joint here, as you can see that. And what I did was I cut it across here, and then I put two studs, they're just basically screws, in here and epoxied everything in, and then faux painted it. So let me show you how I did that. Alright, so I have the other piece that came off of there, okay, and this is how I ground off where the point was. See this? So I'm going to show you how I made it that color. So basically I have a bunch of these craft paints, okay, so I picked two colors out that I thought would work for me, and they happen to be great. So this is a plaid, and this is a burnt umber. Then I have my little solo cup full of brushes, and I'll just pick out a couple. Let's see, what do we want? Probably this one and this little one. Now I have just a damp piece of paper towel, and most of this is done with my fingers. So I'll just put a splot of stuff on there. And then what I did was I took this burnt umber and start rubbing it in. Not burnt umber, this is the plaid. And I'll rub it into even the parts where I didn't sand. Then I'll take my damp cloth, kind of blend it in. Then I'll take this is the burnt umber, just kind of splot it on there. And this is just something you need to play around with until you get to where you're comfortable that it looks like and you just kind of, you know, you gotta just look at it and say, okay, that looks good, you know, to you. Yeah, my fingers get really dirty when I'm doing this. But as you can see now, you see how that's kind of all blending in? And it's just layer upon layer of paint. And you just keep going until you get it to where you're happy. With the color. It's really not hard. You just kind of play with it. You got to go with what the antler's telling you, because like you see, you got a lot of brown in here. So you could fade it up into there like that. Now, the next thing I did was, if you see these lines here, so this is where I took the burnt umber and I just made my own where I wanted them. It kind of distracts the eye and just makes it look like it was, you know, natural. Alright, I have to restart this. It's gonna fade out on me. And then you just continue on doing your thing. Like, see this big one here, where if travels down, you could take that and extend it and bring some of the color down to where you didn't paint, so it kind of matches. You kind of fade it in. Sometimes I'll mix the two of these together and just dab it like this. To get it where I want it. Sometimes I'll take this and run it under the sink because this is all watercolor, and I'll take it all off and I'll start again. Alright, so pretty much that's how I did it. I'm gonna wash my hands and I'll bring you back. Alright, so got my hands washed. Then I use this Dora Clear gloss varnish, and this is a polyurethane gloss varnish. This stuff is awesome. And this is where it pops. And this stuff dries pretty quick. So it's got a little bit of a haze to it until it dries, but I'm pretty sure you can see that. It kind of makes where you cut it off just totally disappear. So that's how we did the faux painting. Alright, let me get this out of the way. Ooh, got some on the table. That's the great thing about watercolors, water paint. And there you have it. So basically all of this is faux painted because this was all ground. And obviously here where it was cut. Back here where that piece was off. And then like I said, I bring it down all the way to like this. There was no sanding or anything done here, but I bring that same color pattern down so it all matches. So I'm going to bring you to the obligatory mounting on the wall. And again, this just has the one screw in it, and then it just screws into the wall like this. Very, very simple, with a little plastic wall anchor. And I'll show you what it looks like now. All right, so here it is on the wall, and it's only about 5 feet from the other one. But there's a doorway separating it. So I really, really like it. I get to see it coming in and out. Just another way to display them. It's funny how you take ordinary objects and, you know, you kind of tweak them, put them here, put them there, and then all of a sudden they become, you know, something very special to you. So again, I want to thank Nathan for the awesome ferro rod, and Craig for the awesome antlers, and I want to thank all of you for watching and commenting. I have so much love and respect for all of you, my brothers and sisters. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. I hope you all are staying safe. Thanks again, and we'll see you on the next one.